The second question, we'll start with Dr. Avula. I'd love to ask about the city's much maligned finance department. Last month, the finance director described it as, quote, a picture of chaos. A recent audit found deficient customer service, poor management, and disorganized accounting of taxpayer documents. Please explain what you will do to fix these issues that have plagued so many citizens and business owners for years. Dr. Avula?
You know, this is an incredible city and deserves a local government that is committed to listening and serving the needs of this city. I've been very clear about my commitment to starting a national search for a CAO and evaluating the leadership of every single department so that as close to day one as possible, we have a team that is ready to build the right culture of trust and accountability for this city. For 15 years, I've been an executive leader in local health departments and at a state agency, and that's the work that I've done. Hired senior leadership, changed culture, built great teams, and improved services, and that's the same experience and expertise that I will bring to City Hall on day one.
Mr. Nedlick.
I believe in our residents and our regional partners, and I believe we can find someone here within the city limits or even within the state in regards to having a CAO. That's the trust that I believe that we have in Richmond. The thing is, I want to make sure that we have fiscal audit and also performance review. That's very important for improving the customer service volume that we have in the city. We need to also improve with tackling technology that's going to be accessible for residents and businesses in lobbies. And we have open, welcome area so that we can have customer service representatives stepping out from behind the desk and becoming more interpersonal. Thank you.
Mr. O'Day.
We all know that City Hall needs improvement. And whether it's auditing departments, rebuilding the finance department, or overseeing an IT turnaround, these are things that I know that I can do because I've helped lead them before. But I also know those things can't be done alone. To turn around our City Hall requires much more than just picking one or two people at the top of the organizational chart. It requires partnering with the people who are in the building, who do the work every single day. That is why I am so proud to be endorsed by SEIU and the Teamsters, who represent so many of our hardworking frontline City Hall employees who want to get the job done. They know this isn't about hiring out-of-town consultants and paying a lot of money to people who don't have a vested interest in our shared success. They know we get things done together.
Ms. Mosby.
Number one, we need to make sure that we have a kitchen cabinet that's going to help us that have expertise in the different departments so that we can be effective. Number two, it's making sure that we have done our search so we can walk in the door doing our search for our CAO. And then number three, it's making sure that our priorities are matching our vision, our mission, and our values. And then it's meeting with every department. Previously, former mayor, it was a forensic study. I do not believe a forensic study is what we need. We need to meet with our department heads. We need to see where our objectives and our goals are. We need to see what has caused them to not be able to move forward and provide the outcomes that we need. We need to see if their staffing levels are adequate so that we can hire what we need in those departments, so that we can then make sure that we have the necessary tools that we need so we can enhance and upgrade our digital footprint so that we can move from there to make sure that we're prepared to propose our FY 2026 budget and walking in knowing that these are the steps that it's going to take for us to be productive. Thank you.
Mr. Addison.
You know, when I worked in City Hall in 2012, I did an employee survey. And all across the entire organization, about 2,000 employees responded, and they said there are three issues they had in the workplace. One, I'm not trained properly. Two, I don't have the right systems in place to deliver my job. And three, I don't have the right information to finish and complete my work. 2 months ago, finance employees were fired. They said they were fired because of three reasons. One, they weren't trained properly, the systems they don't work properly, and they don't have the right information to do their job. This is not a complicated solution. This is getting in, rolling up your sleeves, and asking our employees, what can we do to empower you to make your job easier? They're as frustrated as you are. in every single thing about how we work as a city. They want to have systems. They want to do their job to the best ability that you expect. And so as mayor, one of the things I will use is leverage my time as a city employee. Lift people up from the front lines, understand exactly what they need to see in terms of their job. Give them performance expectations and support and celebrate when they achieve the jobs we're expecting them to do, to make sure that we are building a city that you can trust and is accountable for the services you deserve.